Hello there, humans, my heavies, my earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and whoever you're lucky enough to be doing it too. I'm Bushka on Blitz, and gee, it's an exciting time of year. So much happening right now. I've got the 12 days of Grimmas on this Friday, which is an event on the NA server. I'm going to be doing a stream very soon after that on the Asia server, where everyone's going to have the opportunity to win gold and premium time. I've got 30 lots of 500 gold and 3 days premium time to give away. I've got Patron Christmas party training rooms coming up. Look, there's just so much going on. It's just a barrel of laughs. As always, this is a patron-sponsored post, and it's a tactical warfare post. I'm going to go into the ins and outs of why I'm doing something on a particular map, and maybe it can influence the way you roll about in your tankety-tank McTankerson. I'm running in the T34 Independence. I gave the 34 another go over the last week while, and gee, it performed exceptionally well. And the reason I did was Swiss Cheesel carried on about it being really good since the buff, and he liked it before the buff. So I thought I'd give it a run and see how it went. And I ran the Independence because I really love the model. I think the paint job and the model look pretty spectacular, and because of that I thought it was worth a little bit of a burl. And I'm going to be giving you a look at a game I had in the 34 on Black Goldville, and it's not really got a lot to do about the tank itself. I'm also going to show you a little bit of a game in the old Himmelsdorf, the Dorf, a tier 9 game. And this indeed is a tier 9 game as well, which is all fine and dandy, and it's neither here nor there really. It's got nothing to do with it. And the tank doesn't really have a lot to do with it. This is about the way you should be playing in all kinds of tanks, and it's about tactics that you should be using in all kinds of tanks. And I harp on about this all the time, and if I had to pick one skill that I think new players are terrible at, it's about watching the minimap. I'm going to give you a little bit of an example of that right here. Now this is a fun game that Swiss Cheesel, Josh 8 and myself were in. Swiss was on the other team, but we're all in TeamSpeak. And we were laughing ourselves silly because watching the minimap and tunnelling are two very different things. And this Tiger is tunnelling very well, but he's not watching the minimap very well. And we're trying to make him aware of the fact. And the KV2 didn't see him either, so don't feel bad, Tiger. The KV2 wasn't paying any attention at all either. And he only noticed and has started to turn the turret towards him now, because he's been spotted. There we go. He got him. You've got to pay attention, or you're going to get hashtag deleted. And that's just all there is to it. Now, I have based my play around this to a huge degree. And I find that it's something that if you want to get to 60%, this is the easiest way to do it. Pay attention to the minimap. And I'm going to run you through this game. And it'll basically show you why I do what I do. And I'm going to break it down in really intense and painful ways. To show you why I do what I do. Let's have a look at the mini-map as I'm driving up here. And this is why I pushed on that light too. You're going to see that there is a light there and there's two mediums. We're missing a Yag, Tiger and three heavies. An IS-8, an IS-3 and a KV-4. None of our mediums that are down there towards that light have spotted a heavy tank down the bottom. And the Yag has been spotted. So I know I don't want to go down the pathway in front of the Yag's guns. The light looks isolated. We can absolutely belt him and move forward with light. And as I do that, you're going to see the IS-3 come up down the bottom of the map. Very important. The IS-3 is down the bottom and we're all up the top. Now that could be the tip of the spear. I am missing three heavy tanks. We've nutted the light very early, which is great. And the IS-3 is pushing up. I'm going to be unspotted very soon. Someone has belted our STA-1. So I'm thinking I move on up here and have a look at the IS-3 and set myself up in a position to put damage into him. And I'm putting myself in a position to hit the IS-3 while still having excellent cover from the IS-3, the IS-8, sorry, and the KV-4, who are both down the bottom somewhere, because I know someone's capped down there. I've just spotted the IS-8 by poking my head up there, and the KV-4 has just done the cap in C. Now there's your hero for the hour. There's the IS-3, there's the IS-8, and the KV-4 is somewhere over here in town. We can't be certain, we haven't spotted him yet. That means that where your hero is situated right now, people can fire at him from town, from the IS-8 and the IS-3, who are both to my left as we're talking, and that means I've really got to pay attention. So what I'm going to be doing from here is being bloody patient. The IS-8 and the KV-4, who you can see at the bottom and the right-hand side of the map, can't hit me because I have a whole big bunch of hard cover on my left. The only tank who is in a firing position on me is the IS-3, but only if I push out and let him. I'm going to let the IS-3 hang himself. And I'm not going to say this is perfect, because it's not. And there are small windows for you to get hit here. But I'm going to really minimize the risk. It's basically making it, putting the odds in your favor. And that's what you should be trying to do all the time. Give yourself the best chance to do damage while giving the enemy the least opportunity to do so. And this IS-3 is now in a world of hurt because he's pushed up to try and help the two mediums who are at the top. One of them's gone down, and there's 4 reds up there for him. And there's, in fact, there may be 5 now looking his way. And the Yag Tiger's over there, and he's not going to be able to help him. And the other guys are at the back. So I'm going to push around this corner here. Now, that keeps, for the most part, hard cover to the KV-4 on my right, and hard cover for the most part from the back. There may be a small part of my turret that the IS-8 can hit, but, I've also got soft cover there, so I've maintained camo for as long as I possibly could. And we're gonna smack that IS-3 and then use the hard cover here to keep the KV-4 and the IS-8 away from me again. I'm looking for the KV-4. There he is. I'm gonna get a shot in him, bring back a little bit. This is now maybe a touch of my butt is available for the IS-8, but not really, and only for a smidgen. He'd have to be sitting there tunneling and not doing anything else to actually get it. And we push down, and he's on the move as well. And we now isolate the IS-8. We're going to go hull down against him and get rid of the KV-4 on my left. I've got hard cover on my left now. So this is really, really simple stuff, isn't it? But you saw I looked at the mini-map, made some good decisions, and I'm going to make over 80,000 credits this game and take no damage apart from the little bit of damage I took when I rammed the RU-251. It's not always this easy. But the longer you play, the better you'll get at it, and the easier it'll be for you. And you'll make these decisions instinctively, and you'll start doing things instinctively, like if there's an enemy over there, maybe I shouldn't be where he can hit me, or maybe I should put a rock between me and him, and then forget about him until he pops up on the mini-map again. And that's basically all I'm doing there, is I'm isolating targets and moving on to the next target. And at the end of the day, you're making credits because you're doing damage, and you're doing damage because basically you've want to win the game. This is what I'm talking about. It's a little one I did on Himmelsdorf, and it's a very, very quick thing to finish. Sell your hit points dearly. I got stuck at the back here. I'd already knocked off an IS-6, so I've done about 2,000 damage as it stands. It's a tier 9 game, and they're all pushing down here. I've just been caught. I've been caught out because I was slow. The rest of the team pushed around too fast, and I ended up fighting an IS-6 at the back. And I've been stuck, and I've got belted. I've only got 400 hit points left. I'm going to get 4 shots in for those 400 hit points. I'm going to put another 1,600 damage onto the account. There's one. I've got a good hull down tank. I'm going to go hull down. There's a KV-5 there, so I've backed right up, and now they're in a situation where there's 2 tanks, and they're going to go for the KV-5. M103, next one. That's 2 shots. The Yag Tiger, he doesn't have a turret. I'm going to hug this little bit here, go hull down and not let him hit. And when he tries to push over, I'm going to push forward as well. And that stops him from getting his gun down. Can't get the gun down here. We take a shot from the T34 or the M103, not sure which. The Yag has to retreat. We get our 4th shot in. That's 3,600 damage, I think, or about that. We've got 4 shots in. And that's just, be a little bit thoughtful in the way you play, guys. Don't just sit there in front of them and press the button. And you'll do a lot better. Make sure you use the mini-map. Make sure you think the situations through. And the best way to do that is to play more. The more experience you get, the calmer you'll be, the happier you'll be in both the outcome and the way you play the game, and the easier it'll come. You can't beat experience, but the only way you can maybe watch for those situations is to pay attention to videos like this and then go out there and see where you can put that to work. I'm Bushka on Blitz. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your continued support. I hope you're enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying Blitz as much as I am. And I hope you're looking forward to the streams and all the festivities that are going on over the holiday season. Until next time, look after your families and stay safe on the battlefield.